Hello there guys, welcome back to 100% Chelsea for my preview of the Stoke City versus Chelsea game. You might realise that the room is a little bit echoey. I am in Louis' room, so if it is echoey, I apologise for that. It's not my usual setting. I'm going to have to put up with this because it's just not as good as mine though, is it? Either way, getting into the preview, getting into our opposition as I usually do, starting off with Stoke. Stoke currently sit in 13th with 1 win, 2 draws, and 2 defeats as well, after obviously 5 games. The 1 win actually came against Arsenal, I think on the 2nd day of the season, and one of their draws came against Man United as well. So they didn't have the greatest of results, like their league form doesn't look particularly impressive, but 2 of their good results they had against 2 very strong teams. So their games so far have been a 1-0 defeat to Everton, 1-0 win to Arsenal, like I said, a 1-0 draw against West Brom, 2-0 draw against Man United, and last weekend they lost 2-1 to Newcastle. And on Tuesday, actually, they were knocked out of the League Cup by Bristol City with a 2-0 defeat. They usually use the 3-4-3 formation, obviously just like we do, with actually Juve, who's actually a striker, playing right wing-back. I'm not sure how Mark Hughes came up with that idea, but apparently that's what he's going with. Reports have come out that Stoke might only have 1 first-team centre-back available for the game tomorrow, which is, very interesting and, I suppose positive for us and, scary for them in a way, as Zuma obviously can't play against us, as we loaned him out to Stoke. Shawcross and Cameron are injured. A new signing, Kevin Wimmer, is apparently a doubt as well. So that would only leave Bruno Martins Indi as the only first-team centre-back that they have available. Stoke, especially, away, is a very difficult game. It's always a very difficult game. It doesn't matter how many players they've injured, how well they've been doing in that very season. It's just always a difficult game. So it will definitely not be easy, and I do expect a difficult game. But especially with them not having basically any centre-backs available, we should really get the job done and leave the place with 3 points, because they've not done all too well this season. Yes, they've got 2 good results at home, and will be difficult, but they don't have any centre backs available. And usually Stoke's strong thing is winning every header, just their defenders bulldozing every striker, every attacker, so they don't concede all too many. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Coming to Antonio Conte's press conference, and the first thing he was asked about was team news, and he said everyone but Danny Drinkwater is available. He also said Bakayoko is completely fine after only a minor crash, minor car crash yesterday. We talked about that in the live stream we did last night. So if you haven't seen that, check that out. But yeah, Bakayoko was involved in a minor car crash yesterday, although the pictures do look a bit scarier than apparently the outcome was. But yes, he did have a car crash, but he is completely fine. He will be able to play tomorrow if selected, and he certainly will be on the bench at least. Then if you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard, that we have basically confirmed the transfer of Diego Costa, so we've agreed a deal with Atletico Madrid. Conte just wanted to thank Diego Costa for what he did for Chelsea, and said that we at Chelsea all wish him the best for the future, which, I can just fully agree with and go along with. Then he was asked about Batshuayi, and Conte said Batshuayi has worked very hard to be more prepared for this league than he was last season, and he also will get the right chances this year. So, it sounds good, although, like I said, I've said plenty of times, I've said in reviews, I've said in the live stream last night, I'm still not convinced by Batshuayi, but, maybe he can prove me wrong. Maybe Conte can do something out of him that he isn't yet, or isn't showing yet. But, we'll have to wait and see. Then he was asked how difficult will it be to win at Stoke after, like I said, they already beat Arsenal and drew against Man United. And Conte said, it will be a very tough game, and everyone knows that. Their results show that they're a very good team, which, their results haven't been that great. But okay, but we are preparing very well to be ready for the game, which, we always do that. Always going to say the same thing, isn't he? Then he was asked whether Hazard will start tomorrow, and Conte said, well, he's very pleased for Hazard because he played well against Forest. He played with very good intensity as well, and he has overcome his injury now, and, he's basically ready for, proper selection now. The next question was if he trusts younger players like Kennedy or Mousonda, for example, more now after the game against Forest, because, they had very good games. And Conte said the fact that they are in the squad and not loaned out or sold just proves that he trusts them. But, he also said that they had very good performances and, that they will get their chances this season, which, is good to hear. Hopefully, they come on in a few games as well, not just get these League Cup games or, early round FA Cup games against lower league oppositions, but they get some other games as well. I'd like it if that could happen. Then he was asked about Kurt Zouma, and Conte said it's very good for him that he can play regularly now after a very, very serious injury. Obviously, we all know about that injury picked up, 1.5 years ago now, basically. He's playing very well at Stoke as well, is what Conte said, and even though he can't play tomorrow, Conte hopes to see him basically just say hello. But yeah, after that, it was just asked about Diego Costa a lot, and Conte didn't really want to talk about it, or didn't really want to reply to the questions. And then he was asked a lot about the fixtures coming up, obviously Stoke and Atletico on Wednesday, and the Man City next weekend, and you know how tired it will be, how good the squad will handle it, and you know all that kind of stuff. Then he was asked if the League Cup should be cancelled because you know the big teams that are in Champions League have too many games to play. Just silly questions that even if Antonio Conte answered, which he never really did, you know there would be no point in the answer because you know it's not down to Conte to you know decide if the League Cup should be played or not. We will only see how well we do against Stoke, Atletico, and City on next week. You know after the fixtures are done. So silly questions. But yeah, that's it from the press conference. So getting to Chelsea, talking about us, talking about Chelsea, talking about my predicted lineup that I think Antonio Conte will go with, and also my score prediction. So most of it about the lineup is probably rather straightforward. So the lineup I think Conte will field is Tiemoue Bakayoko on goal, Cesar Azpilicueta, Andreas Christensen instead of the suspended David Luiz, and Cahill as the 3 centre-backs. I would prefer Rudiger, but it will be Cahill. So, you know, that's why I'm saying that's the lineup I think Conte will field. Victor Moses the right wing-back, Marcos Alonso is the left wing-back. I think he will play Fabregas and Kante together in midfield again, but I'll talk about that. Pedro and Willian as the 2 wingers, and Morata up front. So, like I said, Fabregas, Kante, I would like for him to start Bakayoko, but after what he said in an interview last week, you know, about Bakayoko having to work hard to, you know, still improve on the ball and do some improving physically, although he doesn't look it at all, but, you know, that's what Conte said. It seems a bit unlikely that he will start him. I just think he'll go with Cesc Fabregas again, although he's been playing a lot of games. Like I said, I would maybe even prefer if he started Bakayoko, but I don't think he will. So yeah, that's, like I said, the lineup I think Conte will go with, not what I want. Also, I don't think Eden Hazard will start, as I think he will start against Atletico on Wednesday, and possibly even start against City on the Saturday after that. And I don't think he's ready to start 4 games in a row just yet when there's only 2 or 3 days of rest in between. I don't think he's fitness-wise ready for that. So that's why I don't think, you know, he will play tomorrow because, let's be honest, considering the other 2 opponents, Stoke should, in theory, be the easiest game, you know, out of the upcoming 3, Stoke, Atletico Madrid and Man City. Now, coming to my score prediction, Stoke have scored in every game except in the first game of the season against Everton. Yes, they didn't score against Bristol, but, you know, they feel that obviously a very different team to what will play against us. So I do think we will concede 1 somehow because, you know, they scored against Arsenal, they scored against United, they scored 2 against United, so they probably score 1 against us. But I do think we will win, but beat them by 2-1. Hopefully a bigger scoreline or a last-minute winner, so I can go absolutely mental in the away end for my first ever away game in the Premier League. I'm very much looking forward to that. But yeah, that's really it for me. Like I said, I am at the game tomorrow, if you still haven't heard about that. We are going to Stoke tomorrow, so if you're there, you know, come up, say hello, do a fan cam after the game. We'd massively appreciate it if you just came up, you know, have a quick chat as well. But yeah, that's really it from me. Leave me all of your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on my predicted lineup or my score prediction? Leave me your predicted lineups down in the comment section below as well. Do you think Hazard will start? Do you think Bakayoko will start? Cahill, Rudiger. I mean, Christensen is pretty much guaranteed to come in instead of David Luiz because Christensen is always the guy that comes in as the central centre-back. So I'm pretty sure that Christensen will play. But yeah, like I said, leave all of your thoughts down in the comment section below. Leave it like if you did enjoy the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. Also check out my social media links, which you can see somewhere over here. Last1507 on Instagram and Twitter. Massively appreciate it. Follow me there. Thank you guys for watching. Up the Chelsea. And I'll see you tomorrow at Stoke.